Yo, what's going on, guys? Today, I'll be showing you the top 5 no-skill decks in Clash Royale right now. These are the top 5 decks that take absolutely no skill to play, and are actually pretty solid in the meta. There is something in common with every single deck here today. Comment down below if you guys figure out what it is. So, coming in at number 5, we have Sparky Goblin Giant. I think a lot of people just think Sparky's dead right now. The common sentiment is that Sparky's, yeah, just absolutely dead. But guys, it is very far from dead. Someone actually finished top 20 in the world last season using this deck, and I, unfortunately, was one of his victims, believe it or not. Just because the Dagger Duchess is honestly so annoying for my Hog deck, so yeah, I unfortunately did lose to him. I probably could have beat him, but this deck just manages to cheese people no matter what, I feel like. And guys, yeah, all these decks today, they're going to be extremely easy to play if you just want to have a chill time. You know, I know a lot of people also multitask while they play Clash Royale. They, like, are doing something else as they're kind of playing, so if you want something like that, honestly, just play these decks here, and there's going to be good options on here for everyone. Even if you don't like Sparky or you have it underleveled, we're going to have some great options coming up soon that I'm sure all of you guys are going to love. And guys, the one thing I want to point out with Sparky is that the number one mistake a lot of people watching this might be making is that you guys put your thinking caps on a little bit too much when you play Sparky. Like, I faced the top player with it, and what he does is that he just doesn't really think too hard about stuff. He just does stuff, and people just, like, think too hard. They try to, like, think, like, oh, should I do this Sparky here because he played this card, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, just play it. Just play your Sparky for no reason, and it actually works. Like, trust me. It sounds dumb, but, like, there's actually logic behind it. Like, it actually works. You just do that, and then Dagger Duchess defends anything cheap they might play on offense. You have any Pekka to defend, like, a Hog Rider or something. Like, it genuinely works, so don't put too much logic into Sparky, you know what I mean? That's really what my point is right here. But yeah, honestly, guys, the Duchess is so toxic, man. They were even going to buff it more than it already was buffed in that one set of balance changes. Imagine if they actually ended up keeping the 9 ammo they were going to give the Duchess. That would just be insane. Also, yeah, that mini Pekka there just somehow harassed his tower. After the damage buff it got, it's really strong. This giant should hopefully just get only like one punch. Oh. Oh, brother, no! Man, this guy has Evo Zap and a Lightning all at once. That was rough. Okay, guys, well, we do have our E-Barbs here, but honestly, I don't really think I want to go for them right into a Dark Prince. Instead, I'll just go for the Rage here, get his Evo Zap off as well. Guys, the Raged up Evo Goblin Giant is still absurdly broken. Like, it still spawns Goblins so quick. Look at the Spear Goblins here on the tower. Not quite tower down just yet. He's probably going to Giant. Okay, hopefully we can defend right here. I think we should be able to. The E-Barbs are surprisingly not bad in this deck. What you do a lot of the time is that you'll make a Sparky push one lane with a Goblin Giant and then just E-Barbs the other side, and that's usually how you win games, even if your opponent has something like Lightning, for example. But in this case, this guy is just dead either way. We just go for the Rage here, and that is a very nice first win with this no-skill deck. Alright, and coming in at number 4, we have Mega Knight. I'm pretty sure everyone expected at least one Mega Knight deck to make this list, but yeah, this Mega Knight deck, guys, you probably expected Mega Knight, but I don't think you could have expected something this low skill. This Mega Knight deck is crazy low skill. We don't even have the Miner up in here. A lot of the Mega Knight decks before with Prince always had Miner and stuff, but this one doesn't have Miner. You basically fully rely on just abusing how broken Prince is. Prince is really underratedly broken. Like, you know, a lot of cards are broken and people always say it, but Prince is not really a card that people ever say is broken, at least not recently. Like, I think right when it got a buff, they were calling it all broken, but it's still very good after that one buff it got, and people don't really realize that as much these days, but it always seems to get that 1 HP connection. And obviously Mega Knight itself, man, Mega Knight has been really acting funny recently, guys. I swear, the Mega Knights are like just heat-seeking missiles towards the tower recently. Like, they've been going more for the towers recently than before. I don't know why, but they just like purposely jump on the tower when there's like an Ice Golem right in front of it. It's like, where are you going, buddy? And also, the Bandits are really good here, guys. You have so much good double lane pressure with this deck, too. And sometimes in double Elixir, even if you face something like 2.6, that's normally pretty annoying for Mega Knight. You literally just play so much stuff on the field at once, there's literally nothing they can do. So it gets pretty interesting. Also, Hog EQ is not bad at all, because you have arrows for the Firecracker. And yeah, there's just a lot of stuff to do with this deck. And let's not even talk about how broken the Dagger Duchess is. The Dagger Duchess just allows you to, you know, especially Hog decks, like, I've been on the receiving end of facing a lot of Dagger Duchess with my Hog recently, and it's just so hard for Hog to break through, because normally a Princess Tower plus Mega Knight always lets the Hog get one hit, but when you have the Dagger Duchess, stuff just doesn't break through sometimes. Like, certain win conditions literally just cannot break through Dagger Duchess for the life of them, so it's pretty interesting to have the Duchess up in this deck, I guess, to let you wreck opponents pretty easily. Hopefully the Bandit does kill this Cage here. I think it should. Okay, yeah, I was kind of scared for a second it might get, like, sucked in, but luckily we're chilling. I might have to zap the Brawler, though, it looks like. Yeah, I'm just going to go for the zap right here. And guys, you can play Evo wall breakers instead of Evo bats if you want to, but I feel like the Evo bats kind of allow you to pressure a little bit more sometimes. I mean, because like normal wall breakers already pressure well, so even if you have the Evos, it's good, but like you don't completely need it. Okay, this will be pretty interesting right here, guys. We're gonna have to try to maybe snipe a flying machine here with our Archer Queen. At least I was kind of hoping he would play one, but I think this is pretty chill for us right here. He probably just tried to play those recruits there simply to get to the Evos, but it's okay. We do get some nice stuff going here. We just have to find a way to kill this flying machine, because I don't think it's... Yeah, it's definitely not going to get targeted by our tower. Oh my gosh, this is bad. I'm just going to go for the prince right here. He actually played 2 recruits. Oh, nice. Yo, those bats actually pushed the flying machine into our tower, which is pretty great. Oh, I kind of played that bandit a little bit low, honestly, but look at the prince, though, guys. Yo, the prince. Let's just go for the arrows here. It's going to kill everything. We can pop our queen ability as well. You know, maybe I could have zapped there on second thought. Man, I feel like I should have zapped right there. Wait, hold up. How did he get so much damage on my right side? What the heck? I don't even know what did all that damage. See, guys, like, Mega Knight players you don't even have to think that much when you're playing Mega Knight. Like, literally just chill and you'll have a good old time and probably do pretty well. He could spam us. Okay, he does spam us here. We're going to have to go for the arrows as well, just to make sure we take out everything. Man, Duchess kind of wrecks pigs too if you combo it with something, that is. At least a little something. We could go for this right here. We also have our wall breakers. Just want to wait for that Mega Knight to kill the cage first. Nice, okay. Zappies are going to get kind of wrecked right here, I think. Wall breakers potentially connect. Okay, at least one of them. He does fireball a prince. Oh my goodness, that is not the ideal for him. Oh man, I thought that bandit would dash, honestly, for a second from that far away. Sometimes it does. Sometimes bandit randomly just, like, goofs up. Oh, hold up. Guys, it's actually not game over. Wait, I literally have to zap. Wait, I literally could lose here still, guys. I could actually lose. Hold up, I gotta lock it in. I kind of thought I won for a second, but it's actually not looking that amazing. Hold up, guys, hold up. No way I lose, right? Wait, guys, no way I lose, right? Come on. Okay, we need to, probably get some pretty good arrows down and stuff. Please, man. Please. Guys, please. I'm not, like, I don't want to lose to a filthy, poopy recruits player. Oh, snap. What got so much damage on my tower, bro? Dude, what? Let me just go for this John here, right here. Come on, please. Nuh-uh. Okay, guys, I think we got him. Nice, man. There's no way. I thought I lost, guys. I genuinely thought I lost. Mega Knight's going straight for the tower. This guy loses. Coming in at number 3 for the 3rd lowest skill deck in Clash Royale, we have Logbait. Guys, I was telling you to guess in the comments what is in common with every deck, and if you guys couldn't tell already, well, okay, no, I'm actually not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. Never mind. You guys will see later. But anyways, guys, we're playing Logbait right here. This deck is so low skill, man. People, like, you know, I was going to say people seem to think Logbait is high skill, but I guess it's really only the bait players that think they're high skill. Everyone else kind of recognizes that they're probably not that high skill. Like, don't get me wrong, guys, bait took some skill back in the day, but, like, these days, literally just, like, a bridge spam deck, like, purely bridge spam, and I feel like ever since Evo Barrel came out, bait is kind of a no-skill deck, because instead of having to, like, make fancy outplays, like, before you'd have to, you know, someone make, like, some crazy chain of plays to get a barrel connection, but these days, all you have to do is just spam your barrels, get to the Evo Barrel, and you get a free connection, basically guaranteed, and there's, like, no positive way to counter Evo Barrel unless you have, like, the perfect 2 cards, which would be, I guess, Electro Spirit for one side and Log for the other side. But yeah, we also have the broken Dark Goblin up in here. Dark Goblin has been really getting better and better in the meta. And also, I feel like the Goblin Gang is such an underrated spam card. People don't really rate it as being that good of a card in the game. At least some people don't, but it definitely is really good. It's such a annoying pressure card. And what's so annoying is that the Spear Goblins always seem to somehow get to the tower. I don't know if you guys can relate with this, but the Spear Goblins of the Goblin Gang, they somehow always get pushed to the tower. Like, no matter what, if you don't play something basically right in front of the tower or like right on the Goblin Gang, they essentially will always just randomly go for the tower for no reason. Hopefully this Evo Valk saves us right here. The Duchess will be a little bit interesting. It's really broken in a lot of matchups with this deck, but Pekka's probably not really going to be one of them. I mean, it'll be good against the support, but once we actually start facing those big Pekka pushes, stuff could get pretty tricky. And the wall breakers are great in this deck too, guys. Even when you face like Log Cycle decks or Piggy's Earthquake, people think it's a really hard matchup, but you have like Valkyrie for the Piggies. If you face Hog Earthquake, you have the cannon, and you just like constantly pressure, constantly bridge Princess. It doesn't take that much skill, and I feel like what's better about this deck than a lot of the other decks in this video is that this deck is so consistent compared to the other decks. Like, the other decks, if you're playing Sparky, you kind of just lose if you face Rocket. I mean, not always, but you're in like a really bad spot. But with this deck, you can pretty much beat anything. Even Piggy's Earthquake, the best bait players with this deck, they actually beat Piggy's Earthquake possibly more often than not, actually. Probably more than 50% of the time, or at least it's kind of close. Okay, beautiful plays right here so far. He wasted the arrows, so I'm just going to wall breaker his barrel. Really good play to do with this deck when your opponent doesn't have the perfect cycle. This guy might just be dead. Oh, the wall breaker barely got targeted by that Electro Mage. So it's actually not a good game just yet, but if we defend this Pekka push, we could definitely do great. And you guys actually might be surprised that this deck has no Evo Dark Goblin in it. Believe it or not, Evo Valkyrie actually seems to be a little bit better in this deck, but to be honest, you probably can't really go wrong with either or. Oh my goodness, please. Oh my goodness. Okay, thank goodness, thank goodness. He does actually go for the arrows. I'm just going to get my gang down. Honestly, that was a terrible bandit by this guy. I think all we have to do here is go for a barrel and get our wall breakers off. And he's probably going to E-Wiz somewhere, but I feel like he probably cannot fully counter this. He's getting his E-Wiz timings pretty good. Ooh, okay, he does defend, guys, and we have no spell. I mean, barrel is a spell, but aside from the barrel itself, we actually have no spell in this deck. So we're going to have to actually get some damage here with our barrel. He's probably going to arrows right here, so I guess we can just go for the wall breakers. He might go for something, so I'll just go for the Ice Spirit, and yeah, well played to me, right? Just for spamming the bridge all game. Well, guys, coming in at number 2, we have Recruit Spam. This isn't even the Recruits Piggies decks. One of those Recruits Piggies decks. I feel like this deck is absolutely just on a whole nother level compared to that deck. Like, people who main this deck, they literally will go for Recruits Goblin Gang split first play. And I'm not even joking. They do like every single game sometimes, some of those players. And speaking of this deck, we actually might be facing a mirror matchup right here by the looks of it. So this will be actually kind of interesting. This deck isn't like crazy popular, so I'm kind of surprised that we're actually facing someone who had the same amazing idea as us to run this deck. Hopefully this Skelly Bro doesn't get too much damage right here. Duchess can be kind of nice for us, but it could also be kind of bad at times as well, so we just have to be a little bit careful, I guess. He's going to have to probably go for some arrows right here on this Skelly Barrel, which is, I guess, nice. Oh, no way that Firecracker just yeeted its way out of the darn Mighty Miner Bomb. Alright, not a bad start, though we are up in damage just a little bit right here. And guys, we do have Evo Wallbreakers, Evo Recruits. I think that it's a little bit better to have that. Oh, and I'll try to remember to BM in my videos, guys. I keep on saying that I don't BM enough in my videos and that I want to start BMing more, but I feel like I never do BM more because I always forget to. But someone was just saying in my comment section that I'm a washed BMer, so I'm going to try to gain my title back. Let me know how I do, guys. I don't have like that many emotes right now in my emote deck, but you know, I like this one. I like the little bouncy one, and obviously the Goblin thumbs down is like the best, but I don't have that right here. These wall breakers will die. That's pretty good. I mean, it seems like the Skelly Barrel is probably kind of just the key of this matchup, just to get good Skelly Barrels. So, yeah, hopefully things go well here. I'm going to Firecracker too, because either he goes for the arrows on our Firecracker or the Skelly Barrel. He can't do both, so he's kind of in a lose-lose situation. Yo, those goblins are not doing it. Okay, Firecracker, what? Excuse you, man. But low-key, you did a good job, though. Because honestly, if it went on his side, it could have maybe got like his king up or something, but luckily it just decided to be goofy, and oh, his Firecracker didn't shoot there. I probably could have got my king up if I positioned my stuff a bit differently, but it's all good. Not too bad right here. Our Duchess will take out most of the Skelly Bro. You guys can see why we have Duchess in this deck. It's helping so much compared to this guy's silly, goosey old Princess Tower. It's doing absolutely nothing for him. Honestly, I didn't even realize that Princess Tower would be so much worse for him than the Duchess. Or maybe this guy's just playing kind of bad right here is the actual reason he's losing, but no, the Duchess is definitely helping us quite a bit. Evo Wallbreakers, he just cannot stop that. So if we defend here for a second, we win the game, basically. Just gonna arrows here. Yeah, I think we got it. I mean, the key a lot of the time is sometimes just to play your recruits after your opponent, but we just had such good control there that we didn't really need to even focus on that. And yeah, this guy has no way to break through now. I love playing Duchess. I hate facing it. Well, guys, I don't think anyone is surprised, but coming in at the #1 no-skill deck in Clash Royale, we have Elixir Golem. This deck is just... it's just on a whole nother planet, guys, especially with the Duchess in here. If you guys couldn't tell, every single deck in this video has the Dagger Duchess. It was not even intentional, just that the Duchess seems to be the perfect tower troop for these low-skill decks. And, guys, the funny thing about Elixir Golem is that, like, you know, any deck in the game, like, for example, Lava Hound, like, those players always go for Lava first play, or, like, Golem players, they go for Golem first play. people always call them no skill, but then they're always like trying to defend themselves, saying like, oh, cycle's not the only skill thing in Clash Royale. You can also be skillful as a beatdown player. You know, they're trying to like always make fun of cycle players sometimes. Like the fact that cycle players always think they're so good compared to everyone. They're trying to make fun of that. Maybe partially valid, but at the same time, the funny thing is, Elixir golem players don't even do that. Like, respect to Elixir golem players, bro. Like, they own it. They don't even try to say they're skilled. Like, at least I don't think they do. That would be outrageous if they tried to, like, defend it. But, like, nah, I genuinely have not seen E-golem players pretty much ever actually say it's a high skill deck or, like, try to do anything like that. They just admit that it takes no skill. And, I mean, it's kind of true, especially with the pump up in here. You could also play this deck with lightning over the pump if you want, but I think with pump it's a little bit easier to play, and it kind of works a little bit better unless you're facing a ton of Earthquake. But Piggies and Hog EQ, they are used, but they're not actually crazy popular right now, so yeah. And this guy actually has Logbait, so having the double spell is just so good for us. Or actually, potentially it's a girl. I didn't even know girls played this game for the most part, but yeah. I mean, you know, the result is the same. We're just gonna wreck this kid or, you know, whatever. Anyways, I didn't even want that Dark Goblin to get blocked, by the way, for those of you guys who say I played that late. No, I did that on purpose, by the way. Just an FYI. Alright, so I think right here what we have to do is just pump up. I mean, I could go for an Eagle, and I know I could take the tower, but I just would prefer to play a little bit safe here and make sure that nothing bad happens. We do have our Evo Skeletons too. Yeah, I'll go for the Evo Skeletons right here. Might take a tiny bit of damage, hopefully not too much though. And then I guess I'll just go for the Eagle right here. Wait, he actually got some good damage. Okay, I keep on saying he. It probably is a she, but yeah. Let me just go for the bats here. And, you know, just like don't play Logbait anymore, to be honest. I hope I dissuaded at least one Logbait player from playing Logbait. Like, I feel like today with this win here, I'm just dissuading this person from playing Logbait anymore. I'm pretty happy about this, actually. See, look, like, it just, I don't know, like, do I even have to really speak? Like, the deck is speaking for itself, you know, this is definitely high skill here. Man, watch someone in the comment section defend E-Golem and say it actually does take a lot of secret skill to play. Easy win.